I don't know about you guys, but I've always had a problem with this small quick release plate on the bottom of my camera. It's not a big problem, it's just not a nice looking problem, if you know what I mean. Also, if I wanted to turn my camera vertical, it's almost impossible unless I tilt my tripod head vertically, and if I'm not holding it, it has a huge chance of tipping over. Then I would definitely have a really big problem. This is where small rig L bracket comes into play. With this L bracket, I can mount my camera horizontally or vertically. And plus, it protects my camera. It doesn't protect all four corners of my camera because this side is exposed. That is meant more for the full cage. The thing I really like about small rigs cages is that it comes with tools. It has magnetic parts on the bottom, so when you put your tools there, it sticks there, and I don't have a problem with it falling off when I'm really wiggling around or throwing it in my backpack. And yeah, I did lose a tool because I didn't have a magnetic part to it. These tools are very useful because there are times where I don't want to use the cage, or there are times where I want to adjust this side to be further out. The tools are already there. I don't have to go in my backpack and try to look for the right tools and then adjust this or take this whole thing off. It's already set on the cage, and all I have to do is remove it, use whatever I need to do, tighten it, loosen it, and then put it right back in that spot. To have the tool here, it just makes everything lighter and easier because I don't have to carry another thing in my back. But everything has its flaws. So that means this perfect L bracket has its flaws. This side right here, the vertical side, has a pocket right here. And you see the pocket because that's where you're supposed to open up the doors and connect your cables, and it makes sense. But when this bracket is right next to the camera, which means that's how it should be because tightened to the camera, and then you can use your camera how it is without having that little gap right here. But when I open up both doors, it works because I open up the bracket a little bit, widen it right there, and these door works, okay? But when I try to open up this door, it hits the bracket and I can't open this door no matter what. I would have to move this bracket further out. But when I do that, it doesn't look as nice, but now my camera looks super wide. I mean, not physically the camera, but because I have a bracket on there and it's attached to the camera, it's super wide, and aesthetically, it does not look nice. I don't want this super wide camera and I'm holding it around and it's just an empty gap. It's not something you want to carry around because this thing just sticks out. So I wish that there was a way to make this work perfectly, but right now, that is my flaw for this piece, this L bracket. Is that a deal breaker? Definitely not. That problem is only if you're shooting videos, because only when you're shooting videos, you want to connect your mic port, you want to connect your HDMI, or charging this camera using USB Type-C. Other than that, you don't really need to open up these ports for other reason, unless you have a remote trigger or things like that. But let's put that aside for now because there's Bluetooth remote triggers and yeah, all those things. But usually when you're opening up these ports, you're shooting videos. For photos, I never really have to open all the ports. Everything can stay right there. And when I do need to open a port, I can just move it out really quick because it's such a rare time that I need to. I can just move this cage all the way to the camera, and now it's protecting the camera on that side at least. Because when I'm shooting photos, when I mount this horizontally, I can do it right here on the tripod. When I mount it vertically, I can do it right here. For this camera, personally, I'm never in front of it just because it doesn't have a flip out screen, and it's really hard to use it without a flip out screen, at least by yourself. So I always have someone either helping me shoot it or I'm shooting someone else, which you can just see the back. So most of those times I'm not using these doors as much. I searched up a lot of L brackets, and this one is the best looking one that matches my camera, and it has tools and everything just works perfectly. It has this little door right here that you open up to access your battery. If you don't want to, you close it up right there, and it's super easy to open up. It feels nice and secure, so it's not loose and dingling around when you're trying to shoot a picture or anything. This L bracket made by Small Rig, I would highly recommend to anybody because this is my favorite one. If you guys are interested in this bracket, I'll leave the link in the description below. They're made by Small Rig. Go check them out. I love the products because they have this cage. They have other cages that fits for your camera because they have a cage for almost every single camera. They have full cages, half cages, L brackets, small cages. It's just a bunch of cages on there that will probably fit for any camera that you have. Now I just want to put that out, it's not a sponsor video even though it sounds like one, but it definitely is not, because I just want to let you guys know I love this cage. That's really it, and I really want to share stuff that I find that are very useful. So if you guys are interested, links in the description below. Anyways, you guys, my name is Andy. If you guys did find this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button and consider subscribing, because in here we do talk about photography, videography, tips, and like product reviews like this. Well, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.